again and send Ida packing.
There we go, and that's going to be the 15th place team so far. Starting to turn things up, but here we go. It's the White Rabbits battling it out against Fourth Rise. Sturdy K getting the flushes. It's all up to Balak, and it ain't going to be good enough. E-Arena just putting in that work, and they're going to keep their whole team alive.
And back up they get. Nicely done, nicely done. We saw Razy doing a lot of work against Alola. Hang on a minute. This is a solo? A solo against Alola on the north side? Where did that come from? Razy's popping off on the north as a solo.
3 eliminations. Razy putting the points here for Team Vitality. The Indo squad looking good here as they're going to be pushing into this next zone. And we're looking at this next circle as it is just south of Crater Fields. You got OG on that southern end right next to E-Arena. That battle should happen out any soon. And now you got Enigma Galaxy right next to Nongshim Red Force as well. Let's see how they're going to play this out. Coop's got that Mini 14 looking for that long-range headshot.
I'm also looking at S2G on the northeast side of the circle right now, Jukes. They have to push in, and as a 4, do you go in the shadow of Aura, or do you try and sweep down and push past Flash? But it is a difficult approach for S2G, and they do not have long to make that choice. I feel like they are committed much more up to the north edge and could potentially challenge Horror on that northern side.
Let's see how this is going to play out. Schweppes got the high ground as well. This is still only stage 4 here, folks. Admino does get knocked, though, from Godlike and flushed. So it's only going to be 2 players up for the side of Godlike. OG in the same boat with the duo. Driving around, just trying to get a little bit of intel. Doc is nearby. You got to watch out for that. Meanwhile, Aura from the high ground are trying to catch S2G out on the rotate here. Sleepy is able to put some suppressive fire, keep him away for now. Kamikaze's buggy is smoking, and he's going to get popped out of here by No Fear.
Oh, that is a scary sight, pressing the ridgeline, No Fear. Spiking the heart rate of S2G as they try and make their way in. They did have to make that choice in the end. But moving in, they've managed to get 3 through. And into a position which is at least tenable, but not really super beneficial to their long-term prospects. In the circle, though, which is good. Not the same can be said for Enigma Galaxy, E-Arena, Flash, Ulf. These teams going to have to move when the time comes. So, a good result, but if they keep getting picked apart with Razy still doing bits. Hang on a minute, no, that was over the sky. So, Horror are suffering. This solo long ranger on the north edge, Vitality, letting us know. Okay, this is the replay of the 1v, I think 3.
Yeah, there we go. Yasser catches him out as he pops out the vehicle. And then, pow, beautiful use of that ridgeline. Razy just picking apart Aula. Those mistakes, man, making it look easy there.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. Swaps out to the bayonet as well for the final moment. I wanted him to run it through there a little bit. That would have been the coolest. But you know what? You're looking pretty cool already. Razy still with a knife fixed at the end of the barrel.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what Razy can do with it. He's going to be holding on to that all. Next zone. Oh, crazy. So crazy. So as a solo here for Team Vitality.
I mean, weakened Horus hold on this northern side as well,
yeah,
which I think is a really big factor here. With 4 players, Horror are basically unassailable. With 3, that's a different conundrum altogether. Ulf could potentially have an opening road towards them if they don't go down in this spot, because Sleepy has got that angle. But if Sleepy gets knocked, if he gets spotted, all of a sudden you have to commit so much to one side of your hold for Horror instead of having a couple more sidelines available. And that is a massive benefit of having 4 players in a scenario like this. For Furia, it's going to help them a lot on the western side. So hopefully they can dance to the beat of their own drum into the rest of this game.
Ulf putting up some great points on the board here. They got 7 so far. Sleepy's going to have to leave that high ground position. Ooh, making the long drop on in. Vehicle, see if he can go ahead and stay right up. He does.
Clean.
And you're going to have to do another one.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Sticks the landing.
And that's a 10 out of 10 right there. Sleepy. Going to go ahead and look to pick up his teammate, possibly. Nope, never mind. He said, give me that crate. Meanwhile, big fight.
Oh, okay. Nick McGalaxy here getting rolled up on. They're fighting on the southwest side as Hyunbin steps into the cauldron of this fight as Lord gets pepper from the back lines in the arena. Third party, the end of that fight into the card for Nick McGalaxy. And now they're down second place out this early. Good news for the arena, who are now on 6 eliminations and third partying this engagement. Hyunbin tries to hold, and he's good for one. Turns off for a second as well. It's Furia chiming in with a long-range third party as well. And the arena, they're now down to just 1. Schweppes on the back line, and Furia wants to change the tune.
Ayala gonna have to switch weapons here. XZY just able to get the reload on the MK, but it ain't gonna be good enough. Furia with the fourth party, able to clean up the fight. What a shot though from Hyunbin there. Tried his best, but what could he do with that kind of pressure? Now Ayala looking to apply some even more pressure onto the side of E-Arena. Somehow this squad stays alive, but oh, that 9-8's gonna hurt. It's up to Schweppes, gotta do a 1v2, and it ain't gonna happen today. Furia looking to start that domination.
And down go E-Arena. 74 points now on the game. It's Ulf really their closest competitors, but 2 of their players are knocked. I don't know if Aura are going to be able to confirm these flushes, certainly not just yet. And all the while, sneaky beaky like, it's Razy on the side with his ghillie suit. Trying to play it quiet, trying to play it smart, finding these angles.
Shh, Razy. Playing it very, very quiet. Finds a little spot to hold himself in for now. He's over so dangerous. He's got that ghillie suit in the desert. Not quite the best camouflage he wants.
Yeah, it's the green one. Not great.
It's the green one. But you know what? He's looking to get that green for his team. And this is how you do it right here. Staying alive, just, you know, able to get some confirmations, some sneaky confirmations on some knocks, soak up some points. Meanwhile, S2G got a little car wall set up here.
Cool. Furia on the move. Silence up and to the ridgeline. Jiggle will be aware of it. Razy completely hidden from Furia's radar right now. Operative word being right now.
Right now, and yeah, look at this silence. Gonna have to be silent here, but Razy, he knows something's up. He's waiting for someone to peek that hill, waiting for someone to make the move. But instead, he's just gonna stay very, very quiet here.
Up they go.
Jiggle, you better watch out. They're coming for you. Silence, driving up the hill little by little.
I think Razy's going to get spotted here. Igor is going to run straight into it potentially. Ooh, maybe not. Darts back a little bit. They're waiting for the peaks. This negotiation on the north side is tense. S2G isolated right now on the southeast side of all of this. Sort of all just playing in the same spot. Looks like they're trying to start to move out now, which I like. I think it's the right decision. And we've got solos from Aurora, solos from Ulf, as well as Orangutan. Atanki may be the first of those to go down, but does take a fair chunk out of loss before he goes out.
Put some damage on the board. S2G looking to clean this up here. They definitely need to win. They're in 12th place. Win will definitely put them in a good position here for the rest of the day. Furia, the same boat. Let's see who's going to take this chicken dinner, the Aura. Rocking a 2-1 split with Jiggle on the absolute high ground here. Don't forget about Doc, though. Aurora all by himself. He's still there. You can see him. He is just holding that spot and starting to soak up some placement points here. Only 6 teams remaining.
The thing for Aura right now is that they know there's a solo on the north side, which gives them a little minor advantage if there's going to be a third-party fight between them and Furia. Razy's angle might not be known. S2G take a shot from Eren, who is their solo from Ulf. And Eren finds the flush as well. So S2G now down to 2 players. Jukes, there's a lot of solos here, but they aren't without their opportunity.
Yeah, that's for sure. They could win this whole thing if the timing ends up perfect for them. See, nice shots there from No Fear. Oh, instant confirmation too. MSG's really hurt.
So he's going to throw the pan there.
Yeah,
no.
that would have been nice.
Pulls the pin on the nade.
Take some of this. How about some of that? Long nade. Not able to get the finish. And it looks like S2G should be able to get the reses here. Does he have a Molotov for another nade? Because I mean, he has the high ground. He might have the arm to get there.
It doesn't look like they're going to go for it. The res likely to be coming through now. For S2G to keep themselves alive as 2 players. It's Razy that I've got my eyes on still from Vitality. He's gone so far. Come such a distance, Eren. Most likely the next solo to fall. Igors has flexed out and is very close to Doc for Furia. That could be a dangerous spot if they're caught unawares. Oh, he's hopped out. Doc might just be able to get away with a free elim here. There's a nade in his hand. This is not where you want to be for Igors if he doesn't hear this pin. If he doesn't get out of the way, this might just be a free knock, but he's into the vehicle again. And I think he's read into it. He's up into the wall now. Doc has to hold his little shack out in the open.
Silence and Furia just waiting for this fight to happen. These guys are going to wait up to the last second here. The zone is closing. Okay, Jiggle backing things up, and he goes right into Razy. Gonna have to make a play. Great headshots, but Sleepy, great teamwork there to be able to shut him down.
It felt like that was the opportunity there. Jiggle stalling on the buggy slip, but just didn't quite finish off that spray. And the backup from Horror, of course, they did know he was there. As I was saying earlier, after losing a player to him was good news. Oh, another solo goes down. That will be the final solo out. So we are playing 3v3v2 as Furia in with a chance here to put that chicken dinner on the board. Same story for all 3 of our teams. I feel like S2G are the most suppressed in their area right now.
Yeah, but they're and they're suppressed on the leaderboards too, right? So literally all these teams desperately need this game. Gonna be big points regardless. You can see right now, 8th place, 11th place, 12th place. It's gonna help them out big time. Let's see what No Fear can do with that high ground. This is stage 8, folks. The zone will be closing into nothing. Once that zone pops, Sleepy applying that pressure on S2G. He's got the intel now, knows exactly where they're at. He's got a couple nades. Gonna go ahead and use that high ground to try and get the shots. But some big shots on the Aura. That's No Fear eliminated. That angle being gone is critical.
A really nice pick up there over onto the high ground, as well as Jiggle going down. Leaves Aura now just on the 1 player alive. Furia want to regroup, and the descent comes through from the last remaining player for Horror, Sleepy, who has broadside on Lost, but he's not taking the shots just yet. I think Lost spotted him just before he ducked behind the ridge. And he has to drop down a little bit further to be a bit safer. Spots Lost, gets a headshot, but doesn't quite get that full-blown knock just yet. And then they roll.
Sleepy.
He finds the other, though. He finds his teammate, and maybe a 1 versus 2. But Furia now sat with their players rolling across the open zone. And Sleepy finds another. 3 players now left for him to deal with. But there's a P90 outside. He's behind those trees. I don't think it's going to work. No, sirree. Brazil able to find the chicken dinner here. And Furia fight back.
It's about time. We knew that chicken dinner was only gonna take a little while, and it happened to be just 2 matches here into day number 2. So Furia get the win, and the crowd is pumped up for their team here. A huge, huge win for the side of Brazil.
Absolutely beautiful stuff. I think it was 9 elims towards the end, something in that region. It's a massive jump for them, as we talked about on these longer game sets. 18 matches, a game like that can really give you the foundation that you need to jump up to be in contest. With E-Arena going down fairly early, with Enigma Galaxy going down fairly early, a couple of elims on side for these teams, but that is going to put a dent in the gap, and that's exactly what you need to be doing. Keeping that mindset on side of every single game, the points we profit, that is 1 step closer to the title.
That's exactly what it is right there. Nice play, though, from Sleepy to be able to get that 1v2 on S2G. Gets a couple more points on the board and some extra placement points as well. But you know what? The board is going to be the leaderboard going to be balanced out a little bit right now because, like you mentioned, top teams go out, teams in that mid-pack start moving their way up. But I think that inequality is going to be coming right back because guess where we're headed now?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a little bit toasty over on Rondo next, which is very, very exciting stuff. We've already seen, what was it, 2 1v4s, at least 1 1v3,
yeah,
a couple more. Why not throw them in there? It's basically just what happens at this stage. But yeah, I mean, the Razy solo 1v3 on the north side there, beautiful. The impact he had also cannot be ignored. If 4 players were alive for Horror in those final circles, I think they win that.
Yeah.
Without Razy having that impact, it completely changes the dynamic. It allows Furia to be so much more free and easy on that western side. The suppressive force of Horror on that north edge is so much assuaged. So I think that is a very, very important part of that last game that maybe flew under the radar for a couple people.
Yeah, you got to be hyped up for Razy. 1v3, then finish. And you guys got a 1v1 and watch the rest of these matches coming up in just a bit.
Searching for a little more. One squad, one dream. Nothing's ever what it seems. The circle's closing in. Can you feel it on your skin? Heartbeat like the drum. The final fight has come. Fight till you make it. Never gonna break it. Stand your ground and take it. Right into the fire. Fight till you make it. Every move can change it. Higher and higher. We're reaching for the winner. Chicken dinner. Fight till you make it.
Jackie Powers here, joined by 2 absolute legends of the Sidemen. We got Ethan and Toby in the building, just arrived in France. You enjoying your time at PMWC here at EWC, boys?
Absolutely. It's my 3rd year on the trot coming to this. So yeah, really excited to see what today's got on offer.
First time here in France, so actually we're really excited.
What, just generally first time?
No, not generally, but this in France. Normally it's like in Saudi, but here in France, it's exciting.
You enjoying it though? Getting on with the vibes? Bit different, right?
Yeah, we got in early on the train this morning, so took a little bit of waking up, but I think we're into the swing of things now.
You always look fresh. Both you do. You've come out giving it. You got the style on the go, so I can't complain, boys. And there you go.
You're showing us up. Yeah, can we get a fit check, please? Fit check.
Great.
Hey, look,
you look unreal. The turtleneck, he looks amazing. The watch strap, look.
Wow.
That's what we do. That's what we do at PUBG Mobile. We've got a bit of a different vibe on the go. I know you love a bit of PUBG Mobile yourself, but you've been enjoying the chicken dinners? Caught any of the glimpses of the games?
I haven't caught any glimpses just yet, but they're going crazy as we speak. We've got a little glimpse of a screen up there, and I can't wait to watch some of it.
It's going to be big. I think we've had a lot of interaction from the fans this event, which has been cool. A lot of different nations. It's been super loud. We've had drummers. We've had like cymbals. Mate, I've seen instruments I've never seen before.
I thought it was a football game. I heard it. It was crazy. I can't believe there's drums at an esports event.
That's unreal.
They've kind of been getting sick with it too. One of our commentator talent basically used to be a drummer.
Oh,
so he's been sat there every game, mate. He's watching in the background. Like, I just want to get involved. I want to teach him a new beat.
He's loving it. He's loving it.
You any good on the instruments yourself, pal?
Me, no. So Jizzle, however, he has an own producer back in his day, you know.
I dabble.
Hey, we got to get you in there. We could cook something spicy up with the fans.
No. It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Anthem? Come on.
I don't quite have the same rhythm as I used to. You know
it could be a nice tie-in. We'll get that in for the next charity match, no?
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. That would be sick. Look, it's going to be a good time. We've got about, all of today, so about 6 games overall today, and then tomorrow we go into the finals, last 6 games. We got some big orgs here, boys. Couple big names. You got like 4 Thrives. They're coming out, showing up. Vitality, legendary esports orgs, right? Orangutan as well. They've come in bossing it.
Orangutan all the way. Come on, orangutans. Listen, this ginger bearded beast.
My orangutan.
Yeah, come on. Go on, the orangutan. orangutans.
Oh, mate, I hope they do you justice.
Yeah,
They've been looking good, honestly.
Have
They've
to
been
now,
looking good.
have to.
So we're saying orangutan
Go
chicken dinners all the way.
orangutans, let's go.
All right, let's see what happens, boys. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure,
Any
mate.
final words before we send this one back?
Up the EWC, up the PUBG Mobile, bosh!
We'll see you later, guys.
Thank you, Jackie. And I agree, Jackie. You look good today. You look good every single day. And so do we. Joined by Lace, Calaris, Natura, and once again, the 7WG. But we got to talk about Furia, that last match. The Brazilian aggressiveness was there, and boy, did they show it.
Didn't they just? I'm so excited. Furia's back. Let's all jump. No, but they... Right. Furia was on top of it. I really, really enjoyed how they were actually able to play that so well, right? You've got the duo of Ayala? There we go, I got it.
Yeah.
Ayala and Silence, both of them just coming in onto that third party against Nongshim, then over onto EA, just wiped them completely, no point about it. The 2-2 split coming up onto that the western side, making sure that Furia couldn't, making sure that S2G couldn't go around to the south side, but also pressuring Hora to actually push into S2G at the same time. Very, very well played. Good control of the teams, good control of the zone, and the timing was really good. They backed it up with firepower as well. You're seeing 9 eliminations. 19-point game is exactly what they needed.
I just absolutely love the fact that they sort of, like you were saying, they had that sort of western side of the mountain. Hora had such a great setup though, right?
Yes.
So I was getting a little bit scared in the I guess final moments because that zone closing in pushes them off the mountain. But High Guard's just down there scouting for the entire team, able to get that little 1v1 out of the way, and then having that sight so that when they obviously descent down the mountain, Sleepy comes down the mountain further through this and just cleans it up easily. Their timing today, Neptura, why aren't we Furia fans? So backing you up. That was just such a smooth play from them, and when we're used to just seeing them get in a vehicle, charge down, whatever, this is more strategic and smart from them. Very exciting.
I was scared for Furia, though. I thought we were going to see some drive-bys that we ended up seeing from them yesterday that ended up backfiring. But for Hora Esports, I got to give them even more prop scale because they had a 3-1 split on that mountain that ended up working out perfect, especially when the circle didn't go their way.
There's multiple facets to it, right? Hora, when it comes to them controlling that kind of mountain, La COBRA is somewhere they oftentimes go to. They've actually abandoned that and gone to Valdemar on most of these Miramars. They had to abandon their loot phase quite early to make that extreme wide rotate based on those sort of shifts that were going north to get onto that mountain fast. And I think they really understood how to hold down on that location well, to the point where they were having to deal with certain circumstances that they didn't want to have to, like trying to cordon off Ulf as they're trying to move forwards as well. So very impressive game here by Hora, absolutely.
It is. S2G as well, being able to collect some points in this last match too. And one team that was able to collect even more points that definitely needs them, Orangutan. Collecting 7 eliminations. It's something that we've been wanting to see out of this squad, being able to frag out a little bit more. I know yesterday we saw the passiveness out of OG that we're so used to seeing, but being able to just bounce back. And it's actually not Aru by himself. It's a Tanki coming out with 3 eliminations.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I think in the group stage we saw more from WizGod than from a Tanky, but he's coming in really, really nice. Ara, the IGL, also stepping up as a fragger as well, which is really, really nice to see. So very excited to see, very excited to see what we're going to be looking at into the next Rondo, for instance, right? Getting the that momentum on the Miramar is like 7 eliminations on a Miramar.
Weird that we're doing Rondo, not at the start of the day.
Doesn't it?
But anyway.
It's like, okay, well, mid-game, mid-rondo. Mid-rondo. It's a mid-rondo.
You know what it reminds me? I said it earlier and I'll say it again. It reminds me when we used to have Sandhog at the halfway point.
Oh, yeah.
Where teams that weren't performing well, that would kind of use Sandhog to just spark up their day. But talking about Rondo, let's look at the top teams right now from Rondo. You got Enigma Galaxy up there. Aurora Gaming so far really hasn't had the best start to the day, especially when we're looking at the Miramars. But going into Rondo, we saw what they were able to do yesterday, and I'm hoping that Aurora is going to be bouncing back here.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, right? I actually do think that there's definitely been lulls in some of the performances internationally as well, and obviously this team for a long time, when they're that alpha gaming, etc., and things like that, everyone was hoping that eventually they'd hit it big, eventually be able to get one of those big titles. Actually, coming into that day one, I thought to myself, wait a minute, is this the time? Is this the time Aurora Game actually finally makes it happen? Because they were able to be up towards the top. They've slipped a little bit, especially with the arena looking as well as they have done so far. But there's still a chance. There's still hope.
Yeah, for Aurora right now, 34-point gap. So I am hoping that we're going to be seeing some insane gameplay out of them, especially going into Rondo. We have seen E-Arena put up 29 eliminations. Can anybody get even close? We saw the aggressiveness out of Furia with the third parties too, but we got to talk about Enigma Galaxy been performing well as well. And what I really enjoy about Enigma Galaxy so far is the way that they've been getting those placement points outside of their win. You can see them being able to be consistent.
Exactly. They've got 14 placement points outside of that win, so they are really making sure they hit that podium time and time again, backing it up with eliminations. And again, this is something that I saw yesterday from Enigma Galaxy, is their timing is on point. Coops is back in his prime, it feels like, and the whole team is rallying around that. So the timing is really good. The synergy is very good. They're holding, they're waiting, they're making other teams play for them instead of doing all the dirty work themselves. It's a really, really nice control play that we're seeing from Enigma, and it's working out beautifully.
I mean, I just want to quickly touch on Ulf, because we were a little bit worried about them at the start. We're like, what kind of plan do they have going forward? It's good, it's wins, it's that, it's not, it's dropping. That one, the vehicle sent. They're actually in like a 2-2 split hold, and they were like, what do we do? Let's take the vehicle, let's wedge Tiamba up against that, and able to sort of decimate that entire squad. Obviously the rest of the team sort of joined in that position, but look, they're making split decisions quickly when that moment comes. Is it bad that these decisions have to be made incredibly quickly because they didn't plan it out beforehand? A little bit, but look, they can capitalize on it.
It is. One team that I'm going to be looking to hopefully capitalize here in Rondo as well when we're talking about eliminations is going to be none other than Tiamba. Tiamba has been quite slow today. We've seen them just going down that ranking, and it's a team that needs to be able to bounce back, because guess what? Yesterday, it was all about eliminations. Yes, they do end up having some placement points, but it wasn't of the likes that we know they're capable, especially with what we saw to Survival.
Yeah, Milu and QZZ have looked fantastic throughout the entire tournament, right? And Milu really rose to the occasion after QZZ was able to get that MVP title on previous internationals. I do think that, yeah, it's been a bit of a slow start for them, but regardless of that fact, there's definitely an opportunity for them to get back to fragging power.
Oh, he's locked in. Raouf just going around, circling his chair. Satan as well. But Coops, it's all about Coops right now. Hopefully somebody else will be able to step it up from that team. That's when we're going to be going into Rondo. So Hot Jukes, John Allen, take it away. What is Satan looking at?
Here we go. We're headed into Rondo, the match to put some massive points on the board. As if Miramar wasn't crazy enough already, it's about to get even crazier.
Maybe it's just something about the start of the day, Jukes. Maybe it wasn't Rondo all along. It was just the first games. Maybe this will be the calmest Rondo we've ever seen.
Yeah, they brought that Rondo energy off the rip, right?
Yeah, they're used to it. Fresh off the breakfast, ready to find their dinner. And that is what we're going to be looking to find here for one of our teams. It will be the case. Maybe a massive early game. We saw it from Milu yesterday. Huge. And the rest of Tiamba as well. Huge start to the day yesterday. Not quite as powerful in the game so far today. So hopefully for Tiamba, they can find that resurgence here. And if you're an Arena fan, you're hoping that they can continue to make their strides forwards and keep that White Rabbit chase going.
Gotta be able to separate yourself from the rest of this lobby, and if you're gonna do it anywhere, it's Rondo, that's for sure. I mean, we've seen a 39-point game in this tournament. Oh man, well that turned things around from. Look at Team Vitality though, averaging, 4.33 limbs per game, 1,000 damage. It's a great average here. The thing is if you want to win that $500,000 at first place, become the champions, you got to do something special consistently. So I'm interested to see, right, how these teams are going to fare now that we're playing Rondo for the third match of the day, right? Are they going to be able to keep that aggression up throughout the entire day here? And who's going to be the kings of Neox Factory?
Oh, could be. Or indeed somewhere else if Glimpath decides that we don't want to be going to Neox Factory. In general, when you're talking about podium competitors, you're talking about teams who are looking to get about 10 points average. 10 to 12 points average tends to be where we see at the end of these game sets a first place type scoreline being. That generally is a great indicator that you're performing at the level that's needed to rise above the rest. So hopefully our teams will be able to keep that on side. And being able to get, as we were seeing, sort of mid-4 elims average, being able to complement that with placement points is very, very important. There are a couple, I think, of teams who have a distinctly higher average on those elims than others, but it is definitely something that you need to be focusing on to join up at that 10-point average. Because right now, I think quite a lot of our teams are falling short of that metric.
That's a fact here. And if you want to be able to get in that metric, though, this is the place to do it. You can see these players are locked in, they're focused. They understand what's at stake here, just how important Rondo is for your total tally. We only play it 3 times in this whole finals here. Average from Tianba, man. This squad have been really consistent here. A night and day difference from their group stage performance. And this is the Tianba that we know and love. We expected them to do very well here. And it's only a matter of time. I think they get that right position going, and then we see them get that chicken dinner.
I mean, we want that survival stage, Tianba, right?
Yeah.
To be able to jump up and compete with the very best. Furia, fresh off of their chicken dinner. Their numbers don't quite display that sort of a storyline just yet, but it is a great start for them to be able to add that one to their tally. And again, it's a real great mental boom to these teams to be able to find a high-scoring game and to be able to close out that game. Sure, maybe the point swing isn't huge depending on how many seconds into those final circles you last, but I feel like there is nothing more relieving than finding that chicken dinner, than converting it. Even if you ignore the 4 extra points you get just on placements alone, it is a massive mental fortitude booster, and you need to keep your head on straight because you are going to get into something crazy very early on. I know it, I love it. It's Rondo and it's ready.
It's ready. These players are hyped up. They're ready to go. I hope y'all guys at home are ready as well, because man, this is just getting started. As the plane is taking off, we're headed to Rondo. Ooh. Okay, we got a little double plane path action here.
Okay, so Neox Factory is accessible from the easternmost plane path, and to be fair, from the west one, but it's unlikely you want to go there because the teams in the east plane will hit the ground so much faster than you. It's much more likely if you're going to hot drop, you go to Yulin, and the same is true vice versa, right? Yulin is further along that plane path. What this is going to do is split these hot drops up. It's going to make them slightly less chaotic, Jukes, but more teams may want to go for them because of that.
Yeah, and those teams that normally like to go to Neox Factory, if you're in that other plane, you're going to be there late, so that's going to put you so far behind. So teams are going to have to adapt on the fly, switch drop locations, and make these decisions very quickly here. And you can see, these squads are out. Top players right now. Scarface from Ulp, okay, 16 eliminations. Mormon right behind him, and of course, Milu right there as well.
Yeah, Scarface on those damage numbers as well, right on the heels of Milu. Look at that, only 20 damage points behind. We'll see if that changes very quickly into this match, because teams are now starting to touch down in towards Neox Factory. They'll be grabbing those weapons. Yulin also will now be occupied, and things are going to get hairy quite quickly. As Irina already taking a knock, Tianba as well have already lost one. Irina, by the way, generally preferring to drop out near Stadia, but the plane path they're on didn't assist with that. We saw them hunting down solos in other matches, those solo outposts that are near those recall towers, which are a major feature in Rondo. They were the team to take that dynamically to that fight in a way that we haven't seen from many others. Oh no, S-Power goes down to a guard.
Not good. Schwepp's hurt and gonna get caught by a beautiful angle from a cop. And that's what happens, is that if you're just so used to dropping in one particular area, switching it up here, sometimes those little angles can catch you off guard. And OG putting in the work here. Gonna be keeping an eye there on the side of Pull. Ooh, does see Aaron. Now we're gonna switch on over to another fight. Here comes Furia. Applying that pressure to Aura. Sky bandaging here. Waiting to be able to find those angles. He's got some good weapons here, but Ayala gets caught.
A nade forces Sky to reposition away from the corner. Does take a little bit of damage, but that'll be okay. Remember, the recall towers here in Rondo allow teams to get their players back up and alive, so early fights are the norm. Silence rolling around the edge of this corner, trying to suppress Sleepy, but the UMP in hand gives him a little bit of confidence and the nade to back it up. flings across his sightlines. No Fear does go down on a trade, and now Ayala's looking to break wide to change the tune of this fight, and looks for more with Chief at his back. Sky on a sliver of HP just about finds the retreat, but there's a re-engage around the corner.
Chief would have had that, but he ran out of ammunition. Now he's going to have to make a play. Ayala there with the assist, and great work for the side of Furia. They're going to go ahead and take out Aura, put some early points on the board, and they should be able to pick up Silence here. Now they're going to start laser focusing towards the side of Four Thrives. Four Thrives creeping in on this one. A little late to this third party, and now they're going to have to battle a pretty kitted and well set up Furia.
Four Thrives, they've got some loot on side as well, though not too many nades. In fact, no nades for T24. Neox Factory's been popping off as well. I think Ulf bore the brunt of a lot of damage pouring on their way. See some elims coming through from Orangutan. Doing bits, but ooh, okay. Ulf may have a little bit of vengeance here, as Eren is still in the firefight. Tianba with their position on the south edge. Spot Tizzy sending away, but Tizzy wants to re-engage on the door frame. Not going to work out well for the first spray, but suppresses the angle. QZZ with the nade cooking. Drops around the corner, but Hyunbin evades the damage.
Notion Red for super aggression here. Looking to get some of the early eliminations. Hyunbin with the laydown, wide on the open! Catches QZZ with the spray. Just keeps that suppressive fire on that window, catches him on the re-peek, and a great turnaround there. Two superstars battling it out. Now Tizzy, oh, look at that instant peek back. These angles, Notion Red for so good at these CQC angles, man, and Hyunbin putting in the work, forcing Tianba to have to do a full res on their team.
Getting those flushes nice and quickly. Notion Red Force with 2 elims. They're up to 4 now, but they've got another team to try and deal with. Orangutan sidling on into the fight. Tizzy using the bus's cover. There's a nade from a tanky, but the pin goes back in. And Eren, the solo left in the situation for Ulf, is going to find the backlines for Orangutan and slow the
the side of Tizzy and Hyunbin, they are outplaying so many of these players here. So good at this urban fighting. Their peaks, their timing, just impeccable. Wizgot, though, with that nade, looks good. Tizzy jumps away and gets peppered only a little bit. Pulls the pin again. And you can see they're utilizing those doors so well. But how about that nade? That one looks good. Ooh. Tizzy jumps away from it once again. He's not falling for that one.
I like the attempted utilization of the smoke to stop the vision on the nade arc as it was coming on through. But Tizzy read that one nicely. Knew exactly what they were going for. That nade doesn't connect either. Still has a couple more. The shotgun around the corner. Steps in for it. Wins the trade. And immediately Eren snaffles that point away for Ulf. He's up to 3 elims there on the inside. This guy's doing bits. The rest of Ulf are happy to hang out near Danqing on that south side and let Eren roar over in Neox Factory, as it still has yet to conclude. Aurora, I think, still have a solo in that spot as well. And Eren does finally go down to Godlike, who have rolled up into the fight in Neox Factory. A late approach as they were forced away over towards main round.
Now you can see T4 trying to find some angles here. Zypha, ooh, quick shotgun here. He's got the right-hand priority. He should win this. He does. Catches Ayala. And now, shots happening back and forth all over the place here. But Zypha's going to have to make another play. But suppressive fire. Was that IQ? Yeah, IQ on the other angle. Doing a great job of applying that pressure, that headshot. It's going to be the end of Furia.
Furia, though, well, in this location.
That's correct, yes.
Igor's on that south side, very far away from Yulin right now, means that they can get that full reset. The recall towers are still available, and at the moment, only one player is completely down. I think that's about to change as well, as Admino gets back to his feet. Aurora with top. The man on the spot only needs the one shot to take down Salme, and now he wants more. S-Power with the nade, can't quite connect on towards top, but he spots him running up, has the nade cooking. This could be perfect, needs it over the top, a lot of damage, and the spray to convert. That is good for Godlike.
Great work from S-Power there, right? Just staying calm, collected. He had that nade locked and loaded, just goes, chunks it, and just uses his weapon to take down top. So we're going to see some recall action happening. Everybody pretty much back up for the most part. Only a few players still eliminated. And now you know what? Why don't you guys do us a favor? Get in game and go ahead and pop some of the lucky spins right now. Hopefully you can get one of those exclusive 2026 BMWC tournament sets. So you can be styling and looking good like a lot of these players are. Let's see how S-Power's going to look, though, in this 1v1 against a Tinky. It is India on India action here. That's that Molotov. Oh, yeah. He's like, all right, I'll hold the stairs for a little longer.
Hot footing it away from that, doesn't take a tickle, which is good result. Hard southeast shift on this next circle. Pushes us down towards the southeast side. Keeps that northern area above Hongshan in the west of Danqing as well. Ulf, very happy about this. I think their hill there is probably going to play quite well for them, I think, Jukes, and that is a great result for them, given that they're in third place right now. E-Arena in first place. They haven't had an impact on this game so far. They were pushed away very, very quickly. Possess Power holds the corner, but yeah, there's a third-party angle. Well, a second player on the opposing team angle coming on through. That should be, again, still recallable. Manya may opt to go for the recall on the forward position so that he can bolster that and let the back two from Godlike move in behind him.
Yeah, S-Power was like, 1v1 me, bro. And they were like, nah, not today. There's money on the line here. We got to make this happen. Now looking on over to the rest of the fight, though, we got Vitality end up holding a building here. They're going to be popping some shots on over to Enigma Galaxy. Satan trying to drive away, trying to be able to survive here. Lord in the same position. Enigma Galaxy on the full rotation. And Satan does end up getting caught and eliminated.
Very messy now on the western side of this circle. A lot of teams forced into a fight that is unfavorable for a rotation that leaves them exposed. We're seeing the results of that now. The recall tower on the south side of the circle, currently under control of Nongshim Red Force. Looks like Godlike may have their forward position on one recall as well, I believe. So they could look for that. Actually, it might be E-Arena who have got control of it out on the east side. In the meantime, 4 Thrives, with their 3 elims so far, have a position near Yulin.
You can see these teams just starting to get set up here, getting ready for that late game. This is so critical. This is the map to put some points on the board. OG have 5 eliminations. Aurora have 5 as well. So a great start for a few of these teams. Now it's about how you're going to end. Enigma Galaxy down Satan on that rotate, but they do end up finding a spot in this next zone. Pretty central one too, just a little bit on the southern side of it. But we never know where this next circle is going to go.
I mean, Ulf really have got a brilliant position here. They've had a while to establish it as well. On the hilltop that they have so much control over the surrounding area. They have vision every single direction. Everybody else just trying to play in their shadow at the moment. E-Arena have managed to push in from the east side. The 4 Thrives continuing their hold on the southeast point of Yulin. Doing a little bit against Al-Ula. Godlike suffering once more at the hands of Orangutan. And E-Arena are actually pushing up to try and third-party split that fight on the north edge and maybe hound down Godlike.
Godlike trying to hold on here. Southern shift. Yeah, indeed for a lot of these teams. S2G, 4 Thrives, E-Arena, not liking that one. Now there's Godlike. But Fudia, they'll take that all day long. Possibly even looking for a back-to-back chicken dinner here. As Aurora, though, that's going to be the team they're going to have to fight because Aurora's going to be pressing into that hard shift side location. Tianba, QZZ knocked. Doing a great job of being able to throw down those smokes very, very quickly here to try to pick up their superstar player. Coops trying to catch some shots into those smokes. They can go ahead and just hold on to that coverage for just a little while longer.
Just a moment longer. Right now, I think that, yeah, we've only seen 3 players really fully confirmed to not be really in with much chance of moving forwards. A lot of recalls coming on through. Almost everyone in the lobby getting back to their feet. Damage going over towards S2G from Coops, but not quite fully connecting.
He's locked in today, man. I mean, those shots were on point. He was hitting them for the little slight angle that he had. He was getting serious value. You know, Tianba's locked in as well. They're just trying to get themselves in a good, solid position. They're in 4th place, 48 points. Not a bad start. But E-Arena with 75. They're the big threat in this lobby. The Thai squad looking really solid here in the Rondo. 1 elimination, the whole team up. They do have a position on the eastern side of the circle. Aurora right on top of them, though. Let's see what they decide to do here.
I mean, they are certainly alive on this side of the circle, but between Aurora and Ulf, it is a difficult position to try and hold down. And can they get much further forwards? I'm not entirely sure. Schweppes. Oh dear, the flames already licking the front of the bonnet there. And that is going to be an unhealthy vehicle. Not really too reliable when it comes to moving next. But they are safe for the time being next to these two teams. I'm looking at Orangutan and 4th Rise on that north side. Could be a contest around the mountain that sits between them. Godlike, I think, are going to have a difficult time moving in as well. Either they could swing out into the blue zone very, very quickly now and try and rejoin Rita. But if you do, you're basically committing to going down in the next zone.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work out.
Yeah, for sure. And Ida need to have a monster Rondo here if they want to be able to get themselves into serious money. Enigma Galaxy, meanwhile, 2nd place. Down a player. Lord going to be using some of that terraforming to put himself into a safe position. This is still super early. I mean, that's just Rondo. Rondo starts off so aggressive, starts to slow down here in the mid-game as teams solidify their locations. And then it's going to get red hot here in just a minute. Let's see where this circle goes. We're going to see a crazy Southern hardship again. Will it center up? That's going to be huge for these teams. And it does favor the south side a little bit.
Okay, I mean, for Aura, this is great news for them. Their west side is fairly free and clear. Ida do opt to regroup on the south side, which I'm not entirely sure about. I feel like that may be a misplay. Difficult approach from that angle. S2G trying to make the approach that is probably in Ida's future. Finding out how difficult it can be. Furia extracting a toll for it. But they do crash in. They do get to the center of this one. And actually, may be able to get control of this recall tower that's available for about another minute or so. If they can get control of it, get that recall in fast, they could be in with a full force squad on this location. And I think they know the Jiggle's here, but they don't have a lot of time to play around with. It's really ticking away, and a bounce on the nade's not good.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a self-nade there. I don't know if you saw that chain link fence at the top of it. Great nades, though, from Nongshim Red Force. Oh, it doesn't hit the mark, though. I thought that was good. And they're going to be sharing this location for now with E-Arena. And this is pretty darn central. So I'm surprised they're really battling this out. This is a dangerous fight, honestly. Like, if they take this fight, they're going to get third party.
I mean, all the fights now in the middle are dangerous. Godlike on the south side.
What happened?
Ooh, I think a vehicle explosion there came on through.
Was
Took
that
Tony K down. No, it wasn't a self drop. Don't worry. I would have clocked that one. It was an explosion that came through. The nade just falls short of the deployable cover. And they continue to not quite find the mark for Nick Galaxy. Sorry, for Nongshim Red Force. They aren't quite connecting here. Not quite getting what they want to get done. Orangutan try and crash into the middle against S2G. Well, it's looking to go pretty well for Orangutan, actually, as S2G are going to go down fully. These recall towers are pretty much done and dusted. Only a couple more seconds to get them used.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to be able to use it here at this late stage, especially if you already burned a lot of your recalls earlier on. And let's see right now as Ray-Z is able to get a nice knock there on the tops with a nade. Another one in return as Bose catches Federales. And now here comes Win in the vehicle. Possibly just trying to get some information. He gets some for sure. Pops out. Oh, that did sting.
Okay.
Razak, though, got the shotgun. S12K. Oh, gets knocked. And Team Flash put in the work here on Vitality.
Hey, we know what Razy can do, but he's not going to do it this time around. Vitality go down. Flash playing on with 3. The recall towers are now shut down, which means that every elim will stick. There are no recalls available. The arena somehow managed to get straight to the center of this circle is kind of crazy, and to do so with 4 players alive, great news. Hopefully they can make that one work. Meanwhile, on the south side, you've got Godlike, Ita, and Furia all looking for position. Yeah, this is a replay, I think, on how Tony K went down.
Yeah,
he ran into the buggy. He ran into the buggy.
Yeah, well, it was that cover flare that ended up busting up that buggy, and it was just inching it little by little and just did enough damage to pop it. So you gotta watch out where you drop those cover flares.
Hey, no harm, no foul. They're all alive, and that's what matters right now. Nade over the top, over towards Enigma Galaxy, though, from Tianba, who have had to fight down from this north side. Seemed to be an overwhelming force for them. Ralph alone, isolated away from the rest of the team. Ulf have been trying to push in from the east side, and somehow Scarface doesn't go down here. Finally does get knocked to QZZ. There is an answer, a little bit of damage, and it's 4 Thrives chiming in for a third party from the west side.
QZZ getting caught out by Ulf. And now Milu getting shot in his back from 4 Thrives. Yamba now are fully pinched. You got 4 Thrives looking at one side, Ulf looking on the other, and this is all outside of the circle. Disaster here for Tianba, who are looking so strong in this game. Gonna have to fight their way out of this position.
A lot of movement now necessary on the northeast side as well as on this south edge, and this is what I was worried about for Ida. They managed to get a couple of elims on the angle, but they trapped themselves behind the water. Wrapping around that one, it takes so much wind out of your sails. You just don't continue that speed. You don't carry any momentum in towards the circle. And they found out all about it. Furia were a roadblock for them, and they may have dragged Furia down with them, but for Emre, he's now got so much to do, and he's going to crash probably straight onto Aura, and almost certainly going to go down here. I'm so surprised he hasn't already fallen, and Emre just sneaking his way through.
Tianba on the drive-in now. Gonna have to force to just fully send it onto the middle, but they are getting beat up here. Sacrificing players one by one. Milu, oh, with a bad drive. And now it's up to the single player. Oh, he does end up catching 1 point. So Tianba hold on just for a little while longer.
Staying alive, staying in the thick of things. The arena unlikely to be able to push fully up and over with Ulf suppressing this angle. Aking can survive for just a while longer. And Ulf are going to have a tough time actually pushing towards this one with the suppressive fire coming in, but Aking does go down. That actually comes from Furia. Very long shot down from the south side. Close to max range, I believe.
Furia,
393 meters there, Ayala.
Ayala and Furia are putting in work here. 10 points on the board so far. Right behind him is OG with 8. They definitely needed those points. And here comes Furia, pressing in through the south side, moving in little by little, making sure that there ain't nobody near them.
Aurora with the western high ground as well, this mountain, giving them a lot to work with. The position held previously by Aura, but they decided to commit instead much more central onto the west point of the compound that sits central on this circle.
This would be a big game for
Aurora this position. I mean, it absolutely could be. Given their position with 8 elims, they've got some brilliant oversight. Not too many teams have the flexibility to challenge them. It is, of course, the Kiss Curse position, though, because you do have to leave it at some point. Well, almost certainly you're going to have to leave it at some point, and that is where things start to get a little bit muddy.
If this zone shifts to Aurora, they're getting like 20 points this game. Plus. I mean, this is the spot to have. But it is quite on the edge here. Let's see if they end up getting lucky. For sure. But meanwhile, Nongshim Red Force catching Chief out from Furia.
Sneaking it. A shot in around the sides of those silos, through the fences. It is pretty resible, though, for Furia, I imagine. The circle does move away from Aurora, though, and up towards the north side. This is a lot of open ground that maybe 4 Thrives could try and leverage, but there's not a lot for them to try and work with. You could see just sweeping out to the west, it's wide open. You're going to need those cover flares, so it depends how many they've got in the back pocket. Create some of your own defilades with that destructible terrain. It's what they're going to be needing to do to control that north side. In the meantime, Furia still giving it large on the south side.
Doc started to throw some nades in. They know they got to get moving here. They got those vehicles. They're smoking, though. Bose does go down. That's huge for the side of Aurora. And Doc trying to drive very carefully, little by little. Oh, I saw that crate. I need that. I need that. I got 300 rounds. I need more. I need that util. And he's going to find at least another drink because he was out. Swaps vehicles, and now Aurora just trying to leapfrog into this next zone.
Last player of Orangutan goes down in the meantime. IQ gets spotted out in the open. I mean, this is what I was talking about, right? It's such a difficult area to try and move into. The question is timing, and for IQ, he gets caught a little bit too early. And there's really no cover. But it is such a majority on the circle. If you can establish any sort of position out there, you start to get so much control. And with Aurora still able to use the high ground that they've been playing from, they have great sightlines to control that. But Fourth Rise will be able to move in. Aurora are also going to have to move. Oh, beg your pardon. Have to move.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, though. This is Rondo, and if you don't got cover, you got to make your own. Use those cover flares, use that terraforming, and make it happen. You can see Ulf with a good, solid position that they've created for themselves. You got Aura on the other end, trying to sneak some eliminations. No Fear going to be laying down, trying to see if he can catch that pixel. He sees him. He sees him. Put some shots, but not able to get the knock.
Aurora rotating back in towards the compound, looking to extract more point value from these elims. Tourniquet will be spotted. Zjol rattles him down. And the rest of the team answering with a volley of fire. Emre, by the way, from Ida, still alive. A solo who managed to sneak his way on through. I imagine Aurora should be aware of this position. But we'll see if they deal with it or if they allow him to sit there in their buffer zone.
Zjol just getting set up here. I like how he risks it and moved that vehicle just a little bit further so he can cover himself from that angle. The crowd is hyped. They're excited. The Furia fans are going nuts. They see their team with 11 eliminations so far. And there goes Aurora starting to throw some nades. They are in this next circle, so they're just holding the spot for now.
Nongshim Red Force making it very difficult for them to move up and through this compound. If they can get a knock, if they can open a way, might be an opportunity for them. There's trades back and forth across every single angle. Nongshim also have spots on towards Hodra, who are trying to make their way up on the western edge. Oh, it's a nasty ascent up this hill. There is a complete broadside from Hyunbin. He's got that DP. A lot of ammo in the tank, and a big north shift comes through.
The circle goes up to the top and away from all these teams. So all of them are going to have to start moving. Hyunbin, he realizes it. He's like, oh, we're in trouble. We need to just start getting some eliminations here because getting into this next circle is going to be almost impossible.
I'm looking at this circle. I feel like it's Aurora and Fourth Rise right now, who are in some ways stopping each other from